For more on this, we're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by Dr. Monica William, the Professor of International Relations. It's a very good afternoon to you, Dr. Monica. Doctor, good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your time this afternoon. Now, of course, discussing the recent developments regarding Tehran's latest peace proposal to the U.S. It involves ending hostilities on all fronts, including Lebanon, as well as the exit of the U.S. forces from areas close to Iran, and reparations for destruction caused by the U.S.-Israeli war. How do you see the Iranian terms?
Of course, the latest Iranian proposal to the United States is very important and reflects a significant attempt by Iran to reshape the framework of the current confrontation from a purely, of course, military security crisis into a broader political and economic negotiation. According to the statements by Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister, the proposal goes beyond the nuclear fire itself, and of course, this point specifically, it is a very critical point for the United States, as we said yesterday from the statement of Donald Trump, which introduced, of course, comprehensive package that includes lifting sanctions and releasing frozen Iranian assets, ending the naval blockade and stopping military operations across multiple regional fronts, and even discussing compensation for war-related damages. This indicates that Iran is not approaching the negotiation from a defensive position alone, but as a part of broader strategy aimed at transforming the ongoing escalation into a negotiation over the regional balance of power itself.
Now, this offer by Iran compared to its previous offer hasn't really shifted much, and the previous offer the U.S. President Donald Trump had actually rejected last week. What are your expectations regarding the U.S. administration's response?
Yes, I see it we try to assure that the timing of the proposal, for instance, is quite equally important, as you mentioned, after Donald Trump responds or declined the previous proposal. The announcement consists with his decision to postpone a planned military strike against Iran in order to pursue the diplomatic opportunities. This delay reflects an important shift in the American or Donald Trump approach. Despite continued military reasons and threat of force, Washington now appears as aware of the risks associated with a broader regional war. The previous round of escalation demonstrates that military pressure alone failed to produce decisive political outcomes or force Iran to unconditional concessions. Instead, Iran adapted through different tactics, regional networks, and strategic endurance, and consequently, the temporary of military action suggests that diplomacy nowadays is being reconsidered, not as necessary, but also as a mechanism to manage the escalation. At the same time, from their statement yesterday, which assured that dual track nature of the American strategy. On hand, he emphasized that the Arab countries and Gulf leaders encouraged him to give the diplomacy more time, arguing that the potentially acceptable agreement was within reach. On the other side, he also assured that the U.S. military remains prepared to launch a larger-scale operation at any moment if negotiations fail.
Right, we'll leave it at that. Dr. Monica William, Professor of International Relations. Many thanks, ma'am, for your time and your insight and for joining us this afternoon on Panorama News.